It's time for the Savvy Realtor Podcast. I'm Walter Storholt alongside Angie Cole, the owner and broker in charge of A. Cole Realty, serving you throughout the Triangle, teaching you about the ins and outs when it comes to buying or selling a home. You can find the team online by going to acolerealty.com. That's A-C-O-L-E realty.com, or by calling 919-578-3128. That's 919-578-3128. And now it's time for one of the top realtors in the Triangle, Angie Cole, and the Savvy Realtor Podcast. All right, Phil is going to kick us off this week, Angie, over in Durham. And Phil says, this might sound a little funny, but I'm 85 years old and looking to move closer to my kids. Can I still get a 30-year mortgage, even though it's pretty obvious I'm not going to be around that long?
Oh, well, Phil, there is, of course, no discrimination as far as when it comes to getting financing or purchasing a home. And for all you know, you might live to 115, right? So
why not?
I mean,
with today's technology,
who knows? I mean, shout out to you for living probably a healthy lifestyle to even be, active right now at 85. So that's impressive and wonderful. So yes, you can definitely still get financing at your age. And if you need to be connected with a lender, I have two amazing preferred lenders, and I would love to have one of them contact you. We actually work with Jonathan Ellis, and he's with Fairway Mortgage. And we also have, I don't know how tech savvy you are as far as on your phone goes, but if you would like to download his mortgage app to your phone, where straight from there you can get pre-qualified, you can look at interest rates, you can, just have questions answered. I would love to give you that info. So if you are needing help in regards to financing and you want to download the mortgage app from our preferred lender, Jonathan Ellis at Fairway Mortgage, just text the word lending to the phone number 555-888. So once again, to download the mortgage app to your smartphone, text the word lending to the phone number 555-888. And Phil, if you just want his information directly, just give me a ring at 919-538-6477, and I can, share his info with you as well.
It's a great question, and that's the great news, Phil, is, it doesn't matter, really what your lifespan is when it comes to mortgages. There's no real concern there. So you could be 105 and still get a 30-year mortgage if that's what you want to do. So that's the good news. So, no concerns, no worries about that if you're looking to move into a new home and need that mortgage assistance still. So not a big deal, Phil. Great question. And again, if you want to get that mortgage app on your phone, that goes for anybody who's interested in maybe getting pre-qualified or finding out more information about mortgage rates and mortgage news. Find out from a local source. You can download that app by texting the word lending to the number 555-888. All right, Sandy has another question for you, Angie. Sandy's in Holly Springs and says, we're interested in buying a duplex and renting out one half while we live in the other. Is there anything different about buying a duplex compared to a normal single-family home?
Sandy, that's a great question. And we actually have a decent amount of buyers looking to do the exact same thing. And I think it's such a smart concept and idea. Let the tenant of your, adjacent home pay for the overall mortgage. So as far as financing goes, guidelines are probably going to be just a tad bit tighter when it comes to purchasing a duplex versus a standard like single family detached home. I feel bad that I don't 100% know this answer, but you might be limited to where you cannot do an FHA or VA loan. You might be only able to obtain conventional financing, and hopefully I'm not wrong there. I need to double check with my lender, but I would be pretty sure that when it comes to financing a duplex, the terms are going to be a little bit tighter versus just a traditional standard home.
That's interesting to know. Yeah, so a little bit maybe different standards there from.
I'll tell you what, I learned something new. Yeah, and it's funny because I've been in business for 13 years now, and there is something new that comes up every day, and I'm like,
Yep.
I don't know. And this one caught me off guard. I don't 100% know the answer, but I, of course, Sandy, I can confirm that with our lender, but that's why we have our lenders, right? I'm the real estate expert. And when it comes to something specific with financing, I definitely trust our preferred lenders to answer those exact questions, but I'm pretty positive you'd probably need to get a conventional loan for a duplex. hopefully I don't get a call from a million people telling me I'm wrong.
You learn something new every day, though,
Yeah.
that's for sure. And it's a good question to ask, Sandy, and we appreciate that. Any other things that aren't from a mortgage standpoint, Angie, that would be good for Sandy to know about buying a duplex? I mean, I guess just
Sure.
the realization that your neighbor is also going to be your, person you're renting the home to.
Yeah.
So you're going to need to just kind of realize that that's a dynamic and a different kind of relationship.
Most definitely. Yep. The type of insurance might be a tad bit different. So that's important to check with your homeowner's insurance company or agent to see the type of homeowner's coverage that you need on a duplex. Also remember that if you're buying a duplex and it is currently being leased, you cannot kick out that tenant. I've had people question that or say, oh, well, we'll buy it. We'll let one tenant stay and we'll kick the other one out and we'll move in. Well, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. And that's the same for any property that is currently being leased. That lease agreement, is going to exist until it is terminated in the sense of it expires. So just make sure that if you're thinking about buying a duplex and living in one side of the duplex, make sure that it is vacant or maybe the lease agreement is coming to an end because you must fulfill the full lease agreement that's currently in place.
Very cool. Great question, Sandy. Thanks for sending that one to us. If you have any questions about buying a home in general, might be a good thing for you, Sandy, or anybody else who's a first-time home buyer. If it's been a while since you've been through that process, you can pick up a guide that Angie has put together for you. It's a downloadable guide that tells you about the home buying process, teaches you some of the important terms to know, and walks you through all the steps of buying a home. You can get it on your smartphone right now by texting the word contract to the number 555-888. That's all you have to do. Text the word contract to the number 555-888. We'll text you back, click on the link, and you can then view that downloadable home buying process guide. Joe has another question for you, Angie, over in Smithfield. If you're just joining us, by the way, you're listening to The Savvy Realtor with Angie Cole, local real estate agent, runs a fantastic team serving not only the Triangle, but also the greater Fayetteville area as well. And Joe is over in Smithfield and says, how do I find a good real estate agent in the area? So many of you folks out there, no offense.
Yeah, you're right. There are a lot of us out there, and it drives me crazy. There are a lot of amazing real estate agents in our market for sure, but there's also a lot of real estate agents out there that took the test and they don't quite know what they're doing. So make sure that you vet a real estate agent. Ask them questions. Ask them about their production. Ask about their experience. Really make sure it's a good fit for you as far as overall experience and knowledge goes, but also personality-wise, too. You want to make sure that you are working with someone who you like and you trust because, we always say it's kind of like a marriage. I mean, you're married to that agent for a little while. I would say at minimum, probably a good 60 days, if not a lot more. And so make sure that you enjoy hanging out and speaking with that person because you need to have the confidence in them when it comes to guiding you throughout the real estate, transaction and process. So we have actually an amazing agent that covers your market in that Smithfield kind of Fayetteville market, Pam, who has had a real estate for quite some time, a little bit newer to our team, but she is amazing. She's already helped several clients with, going under contract, closing. And so if you would like that direct connection to be connected with our agent that services your area, I would love to connect you to.
You've been listening to the Savvy Realtor podcast. I'm Walter Storholt alongside Angie Cole. She's the owner and broker in charge of A. Cole Realty here in the Triangle. And if you have questions for Angie, we invite you to go online to acolerealty.com. Listen to past podcast episodes on the website, read the blog, and all the great information, including the option to find a home right there on the website. That's acolerealty.com. And you can also call Angie with your questions, 919-578-3128.